Welcome to On the Way to School, your 6-minute daily boost for educators and administrators. I'm Christopher S. Dennis, and today, let's elevate our journey together. Good to see everybody again. Welcome back to On the Way to School. I'm Christopher Dennis, and today I want to talk about moving ideas into action. There are 3 things that I want us to hit today. The first is moving from concept to creation. The second is overcoming the fear of starting something new. And then the last is tools and techniques to build momentum and sustain progress. So the first, moving from concept to creation, is really starting with the end in mind and breaking it down into smaller components. So take that big idea, break it down into smaller ideas, and then actually figure out how you're going to create those things. So I'm working on something big that I'm not going to drop this early in the year, but I know the date when I want to share it with folks. And I've already mapped out in reverse order the structure of how I'm going to do that, what I need to do as far as building it, writing, kind of going through that concept phase. And then also I've built in the feedback phase and structure. So it's all about my concept of what I want to do and how am I going to make that a creation. Okay. Break down those big ideas and move forward. For example, let's say you wanted to launch a new curriculum or a new unit. Where are you going to put the unit? When are you going to teach it? If you're going to teach it in the spring, what kind of time do you have in the fall or in the winter to actually prepare for that? Or do you need to prepare for that in the summer to be able to get ready? In that same vein, how does that fit into the other units that you're teaching? Okay. It's going to be hard to just drop something in if it doesn't build on the other things that you've taught your class, the things that you've communicated to your department chair, so that they understand what is the scope and sequence of this overarching theme of where you're introducing new material. Veteran teachers know how to do this extremely well, but if you're teaching a new course or if you're a new leader, figuring out the cadence of those things can be challenging, especially if you're a new leader in a school where it's your first year or your second year, more so your first year, where you don't really know the ebbs and flows of the year. It's not the most advantageous to try to drop a new initiative if you don't understand the tensions that are at play during the school year. But you can use this year to build that momentum so that you can break it down for a longer implementation phase. So that's all about moving from concept to creation, understanding that you do need some time to understand, well, where is the most productive time to introduce, but also what's my prep time to get there? Okay. The second thing, overcoming the fear of starting something new. You may see a problem that you need to address, a problem that you need to solve, something that you need to get to. And if you don't give yourself the chance to acknowledge the fear, you may be too timid and you may just be paralyzed by the process. Yes, there's going to be people that push back. There are going to be people that don't understand. There are going to be people that want to know, why are you taking something that was really important to me and you're changing it? All of those things can make you very nervous. They can make you afraid to do something. So how do you overcome the fear? You can overcome the fear with information, with evidence, and with relationships. So try to use the information you have, use the evidence of the why, and then use the relationships of the people to start communicating that so that you can start building kind of that allyship and that momentum to push through the fear. And as a leader, it's not inappropriate to acknowledge fear or some anxiety around things. It should not be overbearing and overwhelming to others, because you do want to present confident in your ideas, but it is also okay to workshop those things so that you can get confident in the best way to move forward. It's not about, do we need to move forward? It's about understanding the best way to move forward. And sometimes the fear is trying to figure out, well, of all my resources, what's the best thing that I have to help me move through this and move forward? And the last thing, again, is the tools and techniques to build that momentum. And I've tried to share some of those across the other 2 points, but I think the tools and the techniques to implement ideas into action is always use your calendar to your advantage. Your calendar is your friend. You can look at the year at a glance. You can look at the month at a glance and say, okay, where are the moments where I'm going to get these things done? And where are the moments where I need to give space to check in or give other people the tools or give other people's the steering wheel to be able to say, okay, I need my minute to catch up to this vision and implement. And then we check in and then we iterate and then we edit and then we refine. Okay. So Think about the things you have as resources. What is your administrative support staff capable of in helping these ideas get into action? Who are the other stakeholders that you need to have conversations with? Does it require money? If it does, where are you with your budget? Does it require hiring somebody? If it does, what is the status of hiring people? And how does this responsibility of kind of managing headcount impact others who've had other requests in the pipeline? Getting your idea into action may also mean that you need to actually advance somebody else's agenda while you're advancing yours, because that could also make sure that everybody gets a little bit of what they need. So again, hopefully that's helpful. Have a wonderful day on the way to school. I'm Christopher Dennis. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Take care. Thanks for joining me on the way to school. Stay inspired, stay motivated, and keep making a difference. I'm Christopher S. Dennis. See you tomorrow.